Hey, thanks for joining me today. We're going to build an epic French dip sandwich. This is the best sandwich I've ever had. You're going to want to try it, so let's get to putting it together. Okay, what I have here is about 4 pounds of round roast, and what we're going to do, we're going to put some Lea & Perrins, Worcestershire sauce, Worcestershire, whatever you call it. I never can pronounce it. That's what it is. We're just going to kind of coat it real good. Just put a little coat on it. This just helps with the flavor. It'll actually soak into the meat. Plus, it helps the rub that we're going to make stick on it. And the rub that's the good part. Get it all covered up here. Okay. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to let this sit over here, and we're going to get the rub mixed up. Let this tack up. We'll be ready to go. Okay, now we're going to mix up the rub, and what I'm using today is my coffee rub, and we're going to start off with 2 tablespoons of coffee, finely ground coffee. Spilt a little bit. We've got 1.5 tablespoons of granulated garlic. We've got 1 tablespoon of brown sugar. We got 1 heaping tablespoon of black pepper. We got a 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. A 1/4 teaspoon of ground cloves. And we got a 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon. We're putting this in a pint quart jar, and this is a lid off Parmesan cheese container. Works perfect on that. We're just going to screw it on there, and we're just going to shake the hell out of it. We got it all mixed up, and we're going to get our round roast all seasoned up. All right, now we're just going to coat this real liberal on here. We're going to make sure we get all sides. If my pan don't take off on me. Just want to make sure you get a good coat. This is some really good rub for beef. I've used this on brisket. I've used it on tri-tip, and it is absolutely fantastic. And it's going to be really good on these French dip sandwiches. Okay, we got a good coating on it. We're going to set this over here and let this soak in real good. And I'll be right back. We're going to get started on our vegetables. Okay, the Bradley smoker's heating up. It's coming up to temp. We're using mesquite pucks. Now we're going to get our vegetables ready to go in our au jus sauce. First thing we're going to start off with is we're just going to slice up some onions. And we're going to put the onions in the pan, break them up a little bit. Just break the rings up. This au jus is just off the hook. It is so good. It's got such a good flavor. Now we have 3 cloves of garlic. We're going to cut them in half. And they go in the pan. I've got a 1/2 green bell pepper and a 1/2 red bell pepper that we're going to slice. I hear my dog's got something cornered out there. And now I've got 1 jalapeno pepper that we're going to slice, and I'm going to take the seeds out of this one. We're going to take the seeds and membrane out. I don't mind the bite. My wife, most jalapenos have way too much bite for my wife. So I'm just going to clean this out of here. Scrape all the seeds out. Like that. And just scrape these off here. Now I'm just going to slice these up a little bit. They go in there. A little messy with that today, but that's all right. All right, now what I'm going to do, I've got 10.5 ounces of beef broth. Let me set this pan up here like this, that we're going to pour in. I've got 10.5 ounces of onion soup, or one packet. We just put a whole packet in here of onion soup that's going in this. And my favorite that sets this off, 12 ounces of beer. Oh yeah, baby. Now we're getting down to business. All right. Now we'll get this on low heat on the stove, and we'll go out and we'll get our eye of round roast on the Bradley electric smoker. Okay, our Bradley 6 rack's up to temp. It's up to 200 degrees, which is what we're smoking this at. We're going to take it to 130 degrees internal. So let's go get this bad boy on. All right, let's get this in there. Let me get this probe in here. We got some mesquite going. All right. Okay, our eye of round roast has reached 100 degrees internal temperature. Let's go pull it off real quick. We're going to do something else to it and get it right back on. All right. Okay. Okay, we've got our eye of round roast off, and now all of that au jus sauce that we mixed up, we're going to put it in this pan. And spread all them onions. We've kept it warm on the stove until this time. Man, this smells amazing. It really does. All right, let me get this all spread out. There we go. Put this back over here. Now, get this set right down in on top of it. Now we're going to cover it with aluminum foil. All right. Okay, it's going back on the smoker, and we're going to take it to 130 degrees internal temperature on our roast. So let me get this out there. All right. Okay, our eye round roast come up to 130 degrees. We pulled it off, we let it rest for 15 minutes. I'm going to slice this up and make me a sandwich out of it. Normally I would cut this with my meat slicer, but I'm too hungry. I'm not fooling with that right now. I'm going to cut me some pieces off of here. That ought to be enough. Yeah, buddy. Gonna cut these in half. Just like that. Just like that. Now then, I've already got me a sandwich here, all ready to go. Now, while I'm building this sandwich, I want to let you know that I really appreciate everybody that watches my videos. And I want to send a special thanks out to all the men and women that's serving in law enforcement that protect us, keep us safe every day. And I want to send a special thanks out to all the men and women who are serving in the military and who are also veterans. And I just dropped that right on there. Let me set that right up there. This is looking good right here. And dropped another piece. All right. Now, to put the icing on the cake, I've got some spicy mayo right here that's going to go on top of this. I just got it everywhere, but that's okay. Now then, got that on there. All right. Get this on there. Yeah, buddy. Man, look at that. Oh my God. That is so good. Got to dip it in this au jus right quick. It just don't get no better than this. I'm going to tell you right now. So, hope you try this recipe. Thank you so much for watching. And until next time, I'll see you then.